Welcome back to Paranormal Perspective. I'm John Lordan, and with me is...
Christy Arnhart.
This is the show where Christy tries to convince me that there is more to this world than I could possibly understand on my own, which I kind of believe, but we put it to the test with specific issues and stories and topics that we look into here. And of course, we do that with our live audience by putting the question to them as well. Christy, do you have a good question that we should put to the audience before you give the presentation here?
See, that's a hard one. I've been mulling the question over.
Okay. What is it that you're trying to prove today?
Well, this time I'm not so much trying to prove as just showcasing a belief.
Okay. What is the belief?
Well, it deals with Chinese magic mirrors.
Okay.
Now, cultures from all over the world used to believe that you could get to other dimensions or other creatures by looking at reflections, whether they were from handmade mirrors to puddles or bowls of water. You know, any kind of reflective surface could be revered. Now, when you look into mirrors, is it really you looking back? Because the ancient Chinese don't believe it is.
I freaked myself out when I was a kid doing that all the time. I'm like, what if? And I was one of those kids, like I would try to catch myself. Like I would, like do a quick turn and look back at it and like just trying to just get the slightest little hint of, oh, it didn't move the exact same way I did. Or, oh, it caught up. Like, because if it is a different being, you would think that there's something that they're doing to try to mimic you or something like that. And yeah, I would do that. I would try to catch it. The other thing, which is really weird because this was pre-Truman Show, I got into this weird thought in my head that reality was almost like a movie set, that there was certain places where I was allowed to go that were built, and I couldn't get outside of those zones. If I had tried to get outside of those zones, there would be things to stop me, like a locked door or someone saying don't go that way or something like that. But to your point about mirrors, for sure. Like when I was young, I would freak myself out with mirrors all the time.
Yeah, mirrors have always freaked me out, and they still do. I think the only one that I have in the house right now is the one that's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I just don't like them hanging around catching everything that we do all the time.
We're also children of the Bloody Mary era, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Did you ever do that? I know I did. Did you ever?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I've caught Karis doing it too, and I'm like, you stop that right now.
Really?
Yes. I'm like, don't even do that. Just stop it.
She's awful young for Bloody Mary.
Her and her buddies have already picked this up. Hopefully it didn't have anything to do with me, but I can't make any promises there because we like to watch the weird stuff. So
yeah.
Now, the ancient Chinese, they believed that in these mirrors, behind them is a whole other world, and it's inhabited by people called fauna. The fauna mimic everything that we do in our reflections. They're learning about us, and eventually they'll break free from the mirror and come out into our world and conquer us. And they've actually done this once before. The picture we've got up here is of the Yellow Emperor. And the Yellow Emperor is said to be the one who stopped them from taking over our world. There were thousands of them. They sprang a full-scale attack on humanity. As soon as they came out of mirrors, they started eating their doppelgangers. It was a whole horrible thing. Huh?
They eat us?
Oh yeah, they kill us, and they like to eat our souls and our bodies.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Yeah. It's like they're being forced to be us and learn our ways, and I don't think they like that. But now that's the lowest level. With Chinese and Japanese culture, they tend to deal a lot with demons, and that's what these are considered. Now, the ones that mimic people in mirrors are the lowest tier of demon. They just want to kill us and eat our soul.
That's all.
Above them, you've got the demons that don't have a form. They are bringers of war, and they have the ability to shape shift. They can, just cause violence and destruction on scales that we rarely ever see. The highest tier was the General Tiger. That's what he was called. And of course, he could shapeshift too, right?
Okay.
So, according to Chinese legend, the tiger was discovered by Huangdi, the Yellow Emperor, as it was trying to impersonate the form of one of his pet tigers. He cast a spell, and it locked the demon general in his tiger form for 10,000 years. Now, the emperor warned that the prison he had made for these creatures would not last forever, and that one day they would escape and start attacking us again. Now, what you were looking for as a kid, believe it or not, are called fish.
Fish?
Yes, this is the final type of creature that they have in the mirror world. Fish are those little flashes of light that you see in the mirror sometimes when you look to it or away real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Those are fish.
Okay.
And they say that one day we'll stop seeing those. And when we stop seeing those, it'll mean that the demons are free to come into our world and start conquering it.
Uh-oh.
Now, I keep saying ancient Chinese because there are a lot of people who believe this myth. Unlike most legends, this one is written in China's history as happening in the year 2697 BC.
In the future?
No, BC before.
Oh, thank you. Okay, yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, that, as of today, was 4,720 years ago. So, if I did my math right, we've got 5,280 years before the General Tiger will be released from his form and the fauna can start in on us again.
Okay.
And the only way he trapped the fauna was by coming up with an alchemical trap that lured them back into their world and then trapped them there. And I mean, this guy is something else. They're saying that he invented writing, the compass, the pottery wheel, the first calendar. His wife taught people how to raise silkworms and make silks. So they were a game changer for the Chinese people.
He's like Ben Franklin of his time.
Yeah, he is, seriously.
But he's also taking credit for something that we can't really validate, because basically his math is saying that we're in a period of peace now, right?
Well, yeah.
Because we can't be attacked for like another 5,000 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because he identified the tiger originally, took care of it for us.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like it. I like his style.
He's really cool. I really like reading about this guy. But what's even cooler are the magic mirrors themselves. And I know there's one person in Japan right now that can make the Japanese magic mirrors. And that's because it's been passed down through so many generations before him.
Okay.
Now, and you can pull up the next picture if you'd like. These mirrors were made out of bronze with a stylized back. And then they used a mercury solution to rub down the reflective surface. And it actually enabled you to be able to put light behind this mirror and shine through it and show the reflection of the embellishments on the other side.
Okay, so before I kick over, so this side on the left is basically the back of the mirror, right? Mm-hmm. And then this side on the right is the clear side where it looks like there's no graphic detail of any kind. But when they fire a light through it, look at that. They're is so awesome. Yeah. I mean, I'm already a sucker for lights in general. Like I like lights. But seeing these types of reflections, that's really, really cool.
And I mean, to think that they figured this out and could do this so long ago.
It's amazing to figure that treatment out that just basically obscures all of it.
I know. I mean, how do you figure this stuff out? How are you playing with mercury one day and you're like, I think I can rub this on there.
Yeah. It's also kind of special that, like if you saw this somewhere, like if you found this in someone's attic or something, you'd be like, oh, it's a plate. But, light hits it the right way. And all of a sudden you're looking at the ceiling and you've got, Jesus on a cross up there. That's really, really cool. Don't
let it catch your reflection. They're magic mirrors. We've just learned all about this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Now,
awesome.
I've even got a compilation of some videos, and again, I don't know if these are real or not, but this is what it would be like.
It was such a good episode until now, Christy. Are we going off the edge?
These freak me out like you would not believe.
All right. I don't know if we can watch all 3 minutes, but let's start it and see what happens here. Okay. Little kid playing in the mirror. Yes. Oh no! Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, it's so scary.
That's exactly what I was talking about. That's exactly the thing that I was looking for when I was a kid, for the mirror to not be tracking with me correctly.
I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it just sucks that it's so easy to do this stuff with technology now. It's kind of ruined the fun of it,
I know.
All right. Let's see another one here. Yeah, that's kind of what I was imagining when I was a kid. Like, it would just be a little bit off.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kid starts backing away before. I mean, honestly, that could even be twins almost. I'm watching, I'm going through watching all the old Quantum Leaps right now. And in pretty much every episode, they do that trick because they have Sam Beckett, whenever he looks in a mirror, he has to see what he looks like in that body. So they do that trick a lot, where they've got the actor is literally on the other side of like a hole cut in the wall, and they've got the set rebuilt on the other side, so it matches the set on this side. So yeah, I'm seeing that trick a lot now. Now hold on, a cat?
I saw.
Wait.
Yeah.
No, a demon cat?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, we got to play this one. Then we'll be done here. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't freak me out. I saw there was a little hiccup. Why is... Oh, there we go. Right at the end, and then they cut away from it. Come on, it was just getting good. Like, that's when you would decide to stop recording. And yeah, let's stop recording now.
And they're like, what?
Oh, goodness. Oh, man. That's some good stuff, Christy. I like the mirror conversation. That's fun. Well, we put it to the audience. We did ask them, do they believe in the Chinese magic mirrors? And 32% said yes. And honestly, it was way stronger for no when we started the episode. And we put up that question before you started talking and we started sharing all the story and everything. The percentage actually got stronger as the episode went on.
Yeah, I mean, as an adult, I don't want to admit that I think there's something on the other side of mirrors, but I kind of do.
Well, it's interesting because now in terms of pop culture, we have so many references to multiverse. Like we've got, especially with our superhero culture, like the multiverse is a regular thing in both DC and Marvel. And there's different actors that are portraying different characters. The Flash movie is about to come out and they're going to have like Michael Keaton's Batman, Ben Affleck's Batman. There's probably going to be another Batman or two that pop up in there. So it's interesting that like the mindset of the general public now is much more aware of the possibility that there's some other types of realities going on out there. But man, these videos crack me up. And as Lane says, I declare shenanigans.
But just like I said, imagine that that's you and you're looking in the mirror and your reflection winks at you.
I'm wondering how many people that are watching this episode are going to feel just a little tiny different, and have maybe just a moment the next time they're in that mirror, just for that little thought to kind of cross their mind. Did you just, hey, I don't know.
There you go. Get up in the middle of the night. Go to the bathroom and pass that mirror in the dark.
Yeah. Well, Christy, thank you so much for giving us another paranormal perspective. We'll catch you guys next time.